I'm gonna be a billionaire. Like this man, Andrew Carnegie.
Get it in your head, son. You ain't ever gonna be rich. That's what was handed me by my daddy, and I'm sorry, but that's all you're ever gonna get from me.
I'm Red. I was 15 when I carried blocks of ice down the street, and the looks from strangers felt like needles in my skin. Because my family had so little, I left school early. No one could have guessed that one day I would become a billionaire in America. What changed my life was a newspaper. It told the story of Andrew Carnegie, who started working at 12, delivering telegrams. People looked down on him. Yet he rose to become a billionaire. I lifted my eyes to the sky and promised myself and those who doubted me that I would become someone like him. When I came home with that newspaper and told my father about my dream, he dismissed it coldly. This is just the way life is. My father taught me that, and I teach you the same. But when I looked at my mother, too weak to afford the medicine she needed, I knew I couldn't accept that fate. I decided to strike out on my own. With no money for a train ticket, I found a way aboard. When I woke up, I was in Texas. Before the train reached the station, I slipped off and stood on unfamiliar ground, nervous yet excited. I followed the crowd into town and saw a farmer hiring workers to prove my strength. I lifted a heavy man nearby, which made the farmer laugh. That moment, he decided to take me in. On the farm, I met Gus. He had once been the son of a wealthy landowner, but the Great Depression forced him to work. His dream was to rebuild his family's legacy. We were in the same situation, encouraging each other along the way. At night, I watched my coworkers play cards and realized that labor alone would never make me wealthy. I asked the farmer how he built his fortune. He told me that to succeed, you must be a leader in your circle. I suggested finishing our work ahead of schedule and sharing the savings. He doubted I could do it, but I was determined to try. The next morning at 3 a.m., I studied the workflow and rallied my teammates to divide the tasks like an assembly line. The farmer watched with a proud smile. We finished early, and I earned my very first $30. With that money, I immediately sent 20 back home so my mother could get her medicine. What I didn't know was that the most important opportunity of my life was already on its way.